what she feels. Like sometimes there are things that even doesn't fall in this work here.
Yes.
So you're okay with speaking English?
Yeah.
So I can just speak, and then if you have questions, you can ask me. Is that okay? Okay. So there are some things that work requesting here, but sometimes there are some things where the heart is start to breaking.
Yes.
But your work, you don't get enough funds or money to do that. Then she's also trying to raise privately.
There's a lot of need. Everybody who comes has a need, And in the hospital, mainly it's medical need. Unlike the West, here everybody has to pay for their medical treatment. You have to pay. The insurance covers very little. Not everybody has insurance. And in emergencies and all that, it's impossible for us to pay. So some of the cases that we get are really difficult. The other day we got a man in the night. He was hit by a car, and a young man, 23-year-old. And we treated him here for 22 days. He was very bad. Then we got him okay to be shifted to a government hospital. 3 days later he died. We still don't know his name. We don't know his family. But at least we treated him. He didn't die here. 22 days ago. Now the latest thing that I'm working on is education, especially for girls. See, if you have 10 rupees and then you have to allot it for food, for staying, and then education gets the last priority here. And especially for girls. Because, the mind is, a girl will marry and go. She's somebody else's wealth, not ours. In a house, that's how people think of girls. That we bring them up and then they get married and they're somebody else's. So a lot of families do not want to spend a lot of money on girls' education. They spend it on boys, but they won't spend it on girls. When I come across families that want to educate girls, but they can't, then I try to give them as much help as possible. Because even if they're educated till the 8th or till the 10th, they learn a little bit of independence. They learn how to talk for themselves. And later on, if there is difficulty, they can still stand up because, they can go out and find a job. They don't have to be beaten or abused. So the latest thing that I'm doing is that, just to go to school. It just costs them so much of money.
How much is for one
For
child?
one girl, what I'm doing now, I'm giving 2,000 rupees.
One girl for 1 month.
For 1 year.
For 1 year, just 2,000 rupees.
2,000 to 3,000 will get them uniform and books. And I tell the parents, you pay for the tuition fees. See, if I give you everything, then you sit back and say, okay, there's somebody. So I say, you pay the tuition fees. I will give you the uniform and the books, which comes to 2,500. Sometimes it's 3,000, depending which school. So both of us are involved in that education. And they feel if they have to come back next year, they have to show me the receipt that they have paid up. So we're all involved. So, that amount is difficult. If they are earning every day, they are earning about 100 rupees or 150 every day. There's no money left to save. There's no money left over to save. Now, it's easy for us to say, save every day. I always tell them, put 10 rupees every day. At the end of the year, you'll have 3,600 rupees. But the 10 rupees to put is difficult. They'll put it for 3 days and they'll take it the next day. It's very difficult to imagine.
Wir können uns das gar nicht vorstellen, wie arm das wirklich ist. You know what, in Chile, they took me to a place where they had mass marriage. And they give a speech, some scenes where there's some prime minister, something, I don't know. So they put me also there to say something, but I didn't understood what they said. Because I spoke English, they all spoke Hindi, something. So I spoke about spirituality. Later on, they told me the saints, 2 saints they talked about, many people still killing girls. So they talk to all the people to the mass marriage when they get pregnant to please don't kill the girls, because they don't even want to bring them to life, or even they are born, they're not, you know, they're so expensive, so they just kill them, you know. And I mean, I was really shocked. I was thinking that was in olden times.
No,
it's still happening.
It's still happening.
Because we talked in the car, Bangalore is so rich now. It's coming up, so many houses.
See, I'll tell you,
so much, you know.
it's two different worlds. It's two completely different worlds. One world where the girls go out in the afternoon to the pubs. In the afternoon, they drink, they smoke. I've had, when I've been here, in the afternoon the girl is young girl. She must be 19 years old. She's come to the casualty because she's drunk. She can't manage herself. You know how much they spend on one evening or one afternoon? 5,000, 10,000 rupees. Just like that. Money is there. And these people, if they work 3 months, they will not get 10,000 rupees.
Also einfach zwei ganz verschiedene Welten. Ja. Einmal die Leute, die so viel haben, was sie sich betrinken können und so Quatsch machen, und dann die andere Seite, die noch nicht mal hat, um überhaupt irgendwas zu verdienen.
So how do you expect them to understand the value of a girl, you know?
Value of a girl. I mean, hello, it's a human being, you know, it's like a woman has a value. It's very hard.
The value is not there for any human. Otherwise, how will that boy just be knocked down? Nobody stops to help him. There's no value for human beings. So unless we talk about it, unless we who are educated stand up and say no, you know, it's so easy to say, oh, it's just another person. Because he has no voice.
Yes.
None of them have any voice. Because they don't have the money, so there's no voice. So unless we all stand up and say, no, this is important to us, this child or this person or that old lady, it's heart-rending. I can't tell you how heart-rending it is. Like, you know Raja, you've met Raja. The other day there's a man lying on the road. I've gone twice to ask him, I'll take you to Raja's place. He says no. He's old now. They throw him out of his house in the morning. He doesn't have place inside the house to sleep. He has to sleep outside. Once a day they'll throw food for him. The rest of the time he's outside. And that day when I saw him, he's lying, he's too weak to get up. He's putting out his hand, begging people to stop, and nobody's stopping. So that's when I called Raja. You know, it's terrible.
You know, Raja ist einer der, I just explained, er ist einer von den ganz wenigen, es war ein Rikscha-Fahrer, der hat gesagt, irgendwann hat ihn die Gottesenergie im Herz berührt. Ich zeige euch ein Video darüber. Erinnert mich unbedingt daran. Das kann euch das auf YouTube zeigen. Es ist gut, wenn ihr das wisst, auch zum Weitergeben. Und der hat gar nichts gehabt, und der hat die Leute plötzlich von der Straße mitgenommen in sein eigenes kleines Haus. Weil er hat gesehen, die sterben wie die Hunde auf dem Straßenrand. Mit Magnets in den Beinen, Ameisen, wie die Hunde einfach hingelegt. Jetzt nach einiger Zeit haben Leute Geld gespendet. Er hat jetzt ein Haus. How many people Raja has?
Now he has almost 300.
Genau, jetzt hat er über 350. Riesenorganisationen. Die Politiker haben ihm Orden gegeben und sowas. Quatsch, die sollten das unterstützen. Er hat angefangen, die Leute zu operieren, selber, weil keiner das gemacht hat, weil kein Geld da war, wo er gar keine Ausbildung dafür hat. Er hat kleine Sachen gemacht, eingewachsene Nägel, sowas. Die Maden aus dem Bein gezogen. Da gehen auch eure Sachen hin. Jetzt mittlerweile, jetzt ist Geld da, jetzt funktioniert es. Am Anfang war keiner da. Sie erzählt gerade von einem Mann, die Familie hat ihn aus seiner Wohnung getan, vor die Straßenkliniker zu kriegen. So, einmal am Tag kriegt er was zu essen, keiner hilft, er ist zu schwach. Sie hat gefragt, ob Raja ihn abholt, keiner sagt, nee. Also, ich meine, was ist denn das? Ja, selbst eigene Familienmitglieder werden nicht geachtet, weil einfach kein Geld da ist, weil es Geld kostet, den zu pflegen. Das muss man sich mal vorstellen. Das ist ein Level, der ist unglaublich.
Sorry.
Ja.